is 35 years old, and Croden 2 years younger. Croden is 4 inches taller, weighed in slightly heavier, and has an 1.5 inches longer reach. Back inside the LFA octagon, here's Mike Kendall.
Fight fans, this contest is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA bantamweight division, brought to you tonight by the Colorado Army National Guard. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5'9", weight in 136 pounds. She holds a professional record 5 wins, 2 defeats, with 4 wins coming by way of knockout and 1 by way of submission. Representing Alavanca, fighting out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Melissa Croden. Her opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a mixed martial artist standing 5'5", weight in 135.4 pounds. She holds a professional record 8 wins, 6 defeats, with 4 wins coming by way of knockout and 4 by way of submission. Representing Pariah MMA, fighting out of Colorado Springs, Colorado, Ashley Deen. Your referee, Oscar Martinez.
Ladies, you have your final instructions. Protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Touch them up, back to your corners, please.
As always, fight odds courtesy of Bet Online. Melissa Croden, an 8-1 favorite, coming in at -800. The comeback on the underdog, Ashley Deen, is plus a 550. Fighters touch gloves, and we are underway here at LFA number 195. All fighters wearing the pink gloves tonight for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
You see a little bit of the size advantage right away for Melissa Croden. I mean, she's an imposing body type, right? I mean, she's tall, but she's not just tall, she's athletically built in there, and she uses it very well. As I say that, a nice over-the-top elbow by Deen.
That's what she said she wanted to really spotlight tonight. In her one fight in the LFA, she ended that fight with a nasty elbow, cut open her opponent.
And this is an area that Deen said she's been working on, right? The defensive wrestling, keeping fights scrappy on the feet where she likes them, and then she can sometimes be opportunistic where she hurts a girl, then she'll slap on the rear naked choke, because she's got 4 of them. But she does a lot of her handiwork here on the feet.
Now, Melissa Croden was training in Texas for quite some time, was homesick, so she went back up to Calgary, Alberta, where the elevation there is just over 3,000 feet. She talked about preparing for the altitude here in Vail. She said 2 times a week she was in the altitude chamber doing high altitude biking, which is a very smart plan.
These girls are, I mean, they're head fighting viciously right now. Trying to get that control on the inside. Whoever has the forehead against the other person's face or the jawline usually is winning that head positioning battle, and at the moment it looks to be Melissa Croden. I'm actually surprised, sorry about that, Ron, that Croden is engaging in this, because you look at her fighting style, although she's so well-rounded, both girls, but she's the longer fighter, and she's a very technical fighter from the outside. I thought she might try to implement that game plan, keeping the fight at range.
We've seen her control the range before, using that in and out movement.
Right, what she spoke to us about. She knows how scrappy Deen is, and she said, don't be surprised to see me setting up shots, throwing punches, getting out of the way of the counter shot that Deen loves. It's instinctual from Deen to throw that counter shot, and then coming back in, that in and out movement that you just alluded to. Right now, it's all pummeling. It's all fatiguing type stuff, which at altitude wears down your arms early in a fight.
Both corners asking for their fighters to throw some knees. Croden has had Deen pressed up against the octagon wall for most of this opening round. Just past the 2-minute point.
That was good job by Deen. She had the forehead, she had the headbutt of 1 right there, and she circled off. That's a smart move by Deen.
And getting a few little short, sharp shots through the guard is Ashley Deen, who right now is out striking Croden 29-9 early in this first round.
Opportunity for a takedown right now by Croden.
Croden, the brown belt in BJJ, loves to strike. A couple old school foot stomps being delivered by Melissa Croden.
Oh, she went for that outside trip. Dean did a nice job defending it, but Croden stays with it, gets the takedown, but immediately Dean's right back up. Smart move by Deen.
Ashley Deen told us her game plan was to close that distance, use the clinch work, which she was doing early in this fight. She wants to throw some elbows.
Deen knew sorry about that, Ron. Deen knew she was gonna have to cover the distance, right? She's shorter,
sure.
And she doesn't have the reach. She knew she would have to get on the inside, but it almost seems to me like it's Croden who's the one that's initiating these exchanges right here in the inside.
And Melissa Croden's corner was calling for her to throw some knees within the clinch, and she's responding. She has former LFA athlete Haley Cowan in her corner. Great to see Haley now fighting in the UFC.
Oh,
beautiful shots, but I do see a little blood on the side of the face of Melissa Croden. Great action here to end the first round, and that last elbow may have cut open Ashley Deen. She walks over to her corner, and her Pariah MMA coaches, I saw a little bit of blood over the bridge of the nose as we check out the highlights here in the opening round.
Yeah, we see both girls coming out, showing that striking that we spoke about. Croden having a little bit better in those exchanges, but then a lot of the round went this way, where girls crashed in, and it was a lot of head fighting, mixing in the opportunistic elbows right there. They were looking for the opportunities. This is the end of the round. She started letting her hands fly, did Croden, utilizing those knees and then going high-low with the attack. And that last elbow or two right here, you see on the bridge of the nose, those doing a lot of damage. Probably won her that round as well.
Melissa Croden landing 9 knees out of 11 attempts. Outstruck Deen with her knees, a 9-3. And we are set for round number 2, scheduled for 3. Oh, wow. Ashley Deen. Blood trickling from the bridge of the nose, and there's a high kick, gets through from Croden. Another knee to the body. Croden backing Deen up with nasty knees, puts her down on the ground. And now the elbows start flying.
Oh, that's going to be
hammering down. That's going to do it. Melissa Croden ends this fight with devastating elbows. She has cut open Ashley Deen and gets another stoppage win. Big statement from Melissa Croden. After a year on the sidelines, the former LFA bantamweight title challenger gets it done.
Yeah, you see that nose is leaking right there from Ashley Deen, but Melissa Croden, as soon as she landed, Ron, she said, I'm gonna grab this clinch and I am not gonna let go until I take her down. She was able to utilize that, get on top, and then just watch this, relentless with the elbows. She could sense the referee inching in closer. She knew all she had to do was stay with it. She was gonna get the early stoppage. Once again, another finish by Melissa Croden.
Beautiful performance by the fighter from Calgary. Been a year away, and Melissa Croden comes in and gets the job done here in Vail. Game effort from the 35-year-old out of Colorado Springs, Colorado, Ashley Deen. One of the toughest fighters you will see. So for Melissa Croden to get that finish, That is an impressive performance, keeping her 100% finishing rate intact. There she is with Haley Cowan and her team. And the Flatlander gets on the board. Croden from Calgary taking out the fighter from Colorado, Ashley Deen. Let's now make it official. Here's Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Oscar Martinez, calls a stop to this fight. 22 seconds into the second round, declaring your winner by TKO, Melissa Scare Croden.